How's it going, my G's? Hope you've all got your chai tea with a little bit of brown sugar and you're ready to do some music production learning. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers. This is crazy. As soon as we hit the 2,000, I'm going to do a live stream with you guys. We're all going to have a drink together, and I hope you will join me for that. And I'll also drop a free preset Vital Bank for you guys as well. If you want to support me anymore and you like the content, head over to my Patreon and join my Discord community. Very, very nice group of people in there. Also not very expensive to join. And also, if you're down in the comments or the descriptions, check out the links to my website where you can get my proper Vital preset packs. And you can also find out information about my tuition. Highly recommend that. And also some mastering services. So today we're going to get into this video, and it is going to be a pad, which is also a free preset for you guys, and it's called the Granularity. And there's 3 cool things I want to explain about this patch. So let's have a quick listen to the loop. So quite a nice, rich, harmonic pad with a lot of complex movement in it. Would be really nice with some extra post-processing, I believe, this one. But there's a few cool things I've done in Vital that I can quickly teach you guys in this short video today. First thing we're going to talk about is the overall modulation and movement of the pad. And it happens in essentially 3 kind of main ways. So the first part of the movement is the subtle kind of randomization and sort of giving life to a few of the parameters and the oscillators, so everything is sort of moving a little bit subtly already. Then the second thing is a slower opening up and closing of a kind of filter to give it this kind of long and more of a narrative over the length of the pad. So that's kind of the second movement. And then the third movement is this little kind of hook right at the end, so it gives it a little bit of a sort of a rhythmic twist in terms of this kind of little sort of one note that sort of opens up every now and again. So if we just listen to the pad as it is now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off all the effects. I've used basically all of them, and then we're going to talk about the voicing next. So if I turn off the filter and the white noise and start off with what I have started off with, which is literally just a saw wave, and we unison it really a lot, and then I turn on the shepherd tone mode and bring it almost down to the bottom, and then I randomize this a little bit. Let's give that saw a nice bit of movement, and then I also add in a beautiful little quantize mode here, which sort of starts to make things a bit random and crazy. And what I've done on this one is I've tracked it to an LFO1, and this is just going up and down. It's just a simple up and down LFO on 2 bars, but what I've done is I've randomized the start position. So this slider here is tracked to my random 1, which is also set to stereo, and there's a bit of stereo modulation here, and basically it means that it's going to always re-trigger at a different point throughout the LFO, so you can see these little it's just really moving that quantize around very, very randomly. So we're getting a lot of random movement already just in the first oscillator here. And what that's allowing us to do then is to start off with a complex sound, and then we're going to just add in a couple more bits here. We're going to add in a little bit of white noise, the amount of which is sort of slightly randomized as well. And then I'm going to add an oscillator 3, which is also a saw wave but an octave higher. And if I turn the level up for this for now, I'm going to add on my shepherd tone mode again. And where I've dragged it down almost to 0 but then brought it back up again, it actually kind of changes the pitch. So this saw is almost like pitched up a little bit compared to the root note. So you've got to be careful when you're using it that you're sort of just paying attention to how it sounds with everything else. But anyway, this is the kind of hook part to the sound. So if I go down here to my LFO3, that's where this sort of comes in, and then just for a little moment. So I've put this on my LFO3 and we'll turn this all the way down again, and then you can hear. So we just get this little hook coming in every now and again. And that's basically the main oscillators. And then I'll just add on my filter here, which is pretty much just a low pass filter. And this is going on also sort of opening up a little bit on this little hook moment here. And it's also a little bit randomized as well. But then, you know, low pass filter is what makes the pad a pad, essentially, not like a high end synth. So now we can move on to the beautiful effects. So the first thing I did with the effects was to apply a filter and then really distort everything going into it. So if I were to put my distortion on first, it's going to be really insane. But what I'm doing is I'm actually putting the filter on first. Nice low pass filter, but then we're adding a ton of distortion before it. So it makes it really rumbly. Because I'm kind of intentionally going for this rumbling kind of pad sound. Because there's lots of sort of movements that happen within that little rumble. And then on the LFO here, I've just got my LFO2 set up here. So this is the slow sort of moving over time envelope. It just opens up slowly over time, and it's also got a little bit of randomization again on here. Now we've really taken out a lot of those like high-end harmonics, so we're going to introduce them again bit by bit now. But because they've been taken out and softened, when we reintroduce them, they're going to sound slightly different and slightly more natural. So the compressor is going to do that already. We've put this on our little hook LFO as well, so it kind of opens up on a nice rhythmic point. There's something on my head. An EQ shelf, just boosting that beautifully. And then a little chorus at the end here. Mixing everything together nicely, and that also comes up on our little hook LFO. And then a little phaser, just a tiny amount of that, also tracked to this kind of hook at the end. Very, very nice. And then a little bit of reverb and delay to finish. And the reverb, again, you can probably guess it's also attached to the hook, so it really reverbs up a lot. And a nice little bit of delay on the end there. And that's basically the overall patch. I'm thinking one more thing we could actually do is if I go to the advanced, maybe I can mess with the table spread as well. So I'll tell you what, let's put one more randomization on this guy as well. So now we've got a really nice basis for a pad, and if I wanted to sort of take it a step further, you know, I could, for example, just put a nice sidechain on it. Then maybe we could also add a little bit of extra kind of reverb. Maybe I'll just add a little bit of Logic reverb onto it as well here. That's pretty nice. Let's put that before our sidechain happens. And let's do one more thing. Let's do a little bit of a kind of fluttery LFO sort of tremolo effect as well. Now we'll just reduce it so you can just about hear what it's doing. We'll bounce that guy out. And we have a nice pad ready to go and already bounced out to audio. So that's very exciting, isn't it? But yeah, feel free to go down below and grab that preset. And yeah, also really appreciate it if you would either subscribe to my Discord, take a lesson with me, or just tell someone else about my tutorials and lessons. Really appreciate you guys watching. Have an awesome day. Peace.